Hi, welcome to Shane's Hobby Shop. My name is Shane. Today's project is going to be a coat rack. Something that you can hang your coat on, as well as your hat, scarf, and even have a place where you can put your gloves in. Now when I publish this video, I'm also going to start up a blog. What is the blog for? Well, that is where I'm going to talk more in depth on the project, what's going on at the time, and also I'm going to share my plans with you. Now if I find the plans online, I will share the address in the blog. Now my plans, they're always going to be free, but running the hobby shop does have expenses. So if you don't mind, you can click on the link right here and help support the hobby shop. That way I can keep putting out videos for you and keep giving you plans for free. Now in the description below, I'm going to leave the links to my Facebook page and also the blog. That way you can keep updated on what's going on in the shop. Now let's get to why you're here, the project. It's a coat rack, a place where you can not only just hang your coat, but your hat, gloves, scarf, and even have a little spot to put your knit packs. And here it is, your coat rack. You also got a little spot where you can put your gloves in. Want to see how I made it? Stay tuned.
You know it's so cold outside, a bird can hardly fly. You know it's so cold outside, bird can hardly fly. So I'm going back inside, let this winter pass me by. You know it's so cold today, a man can't feel his toes. You know it's so cold today, a man can't feel his toes.
But what say we start putting this thing together now?
Think I'll go back inside, need to warm these weary bones. Lord, pray I recover from this cold that's clinging to my soul. You know that it's so cold today, the rooster he won't crow. It's so cold today, the rooster he won't crow. Think I'll go back inside, got me no place else to go. That it's so cold today, a bird can hardly fly. You know that it's so cold today, a bird can hardly fly. Think I'll go back inside.
Okay, so what we did so far, we got the shelf board glued and screwed down to the backboard. We even put the two sides on it and our little hook strip that we can be hanging our coats on. We went ahead and got all that screwed down and glued. Now let me show you how we're going to put the door stops on to keep the door from going too far in. Okay, what I've done here, I went ahead and put a small strip of wood here. I nailed and glued that down. And what this is going to stop the door from going too far in. I also, down at the bottom here, I notched out a little piece for a piece of metal. What's going to be is on the door, I'm going to have earth magnet on it, so when the door comes down and closes, sits right into here, the magnet is going to hit the little metal piece and keep it closed. I'm going to have the same thing done to the opposite side. Now let me show you what I've done to the sideboards. Okay, not only did I pre-drill the screw holes, I also countersunk each screw. That way when I put these buttons in on each of the screws, it'll hide every screw head and make it look much better. Okay, let's not forget about the door. We're still going to have to sand this down too, and we'll get it ready to shellac. Hopefully by this evening we can shellac the whole thing, and then tomorrow we can add the hardware. Okay, all we got left to do now is to add the top to it. And we're going to secure this down with glue and screws just like we did the rest of the project, and then we're going to tap it off with the buttons on top so it can match the whole project. Okay, we've been sanding all day. Now it's time for the final step. The sealant, shellac, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to use polyurethane, and this is what we're going to be using.